Alright guys, so in this video we're going to be going into a couple strategies that you can use to use the blog section of your store to help build up retargetable audiences and also build your customer list. And also in this video I'm going to be going through a new app that we have recently launched at Casual Ecommerce, and it actually goes hand in hand with these strategies, the app does, because it has to do with the blog. So that's going to be in this video as well. So getting right into things, the blog is a very overlooked section of an e-commerce store, of a brand, and it really shouldn't be, because your blog is one of the best places that you can build a brand. It's one of the best places that you can use to get customers to begin to like and associate with your brand even more. You can give your customers valuable content, and all at the same time you're saving the traffic data to your pixel so you can retarget. Your blog is a good way to grow an email list, and a lot of the time traffic to your blog is a lot cheaper to buy than it is to have traffic directly to a product, because a lot of the time people will click over to view a piece of content a lot sooner than, or a lot more often than they will click over to view a product. So using your blog is more of a longer funnel, I guess you could say. It's a longer strategy to generate a sale, because you're not always going to generate it right off the bat, although you will generate some sales immediately, but the percentage is going to be a lot lower than people just clicking over to product pages. However, when you do things like provide value first, the people that are receiving this value, that are reading your blog post, not only are they getting associated with your brand, but they're beginning to trust your brand and like your brand, so they're going to be more likely to buy from you in the future. And then if they not only like your content and then like your product that they buy, they're going to become long-term repeat customers, which is obviously the goal when it comes to building a store with longevity. So with that being said, let's get into strategy number one, which is getting viral articles rewritten. So by this I mean find viral articles within your niche, and then just have a writer on Upwork, or if you already have a writer, have them rewrite the article and then just post it to your blog and then promote it through a PPE ad. And then a lot of people will click over and read this post, and then you can hit them with retargeting. Or you can also use the app that we have created to show these readers some of your products, and they can add them to cart straight from the blog post, which I'll show you in a second. But first, let's show you how to find viral articles. So to find viral articles, you can go to buzzsumo.com, or you can use Ahrefs Content Explorer if you have a paid Ahrefs account. But I'm going to be using BuzzSumo in this example because this is going to be just the free version. So for people that don't have Ahrefs, we're just going to use the free version of BuzzSumo for this example. So as you can see, I typed in fishing. So if you were in the fishing niche, or you had fishing stores selling fishing lures, hats and stuff, so I just typed in fishing, and you can see here are some articles that have went viral recently within the past year. So you can see veteran catches final fish as his dying wish. Fisherman builds dream house on pond complete with a living room fishing hole. So this is probably a pretty good article to have rewritten. You can see that it had over 141,000 Facebook engagements. And this type of article right here, this is a really clickbait title, and this is something that a lot of people in the fishing niche would be involved in. So once you get this rewritten, you would just have this blog post promoted through a PPE ad or an engagement post, and then people will click over, read your blog post, and then that's building up an audience that you can retarget. But another thing that is doing is it is also going to allow you to utilize the app we have created, which I'm going to show you right now. So if we head over to this sample blog post, 3 things you need for a rave, you can see our app over here, which is called Blog Sales, and all it is it's just this little pop-up that shows up on blog post. And you can see you can type whatever text you want in here, and then you can display your products, and you can have it cycle through multiple products. So you can see it's in a place over here to where it's not impeding their view of the blog post. You can exit out and then bring it back up. So this is just one way that you can also introduce products to customers that you're sending to your blog post. So as you can see, if you just go here and hit add to cart, you can see it's just going to add that to cart. So you can see that this app here works very good in combination with the blog strategy because it's kind of passively selling. Now obviously this isn't going to convert, as I said, as high as sending people straight to a product ad or a product landing page, I should say, but at the same time this is going to be building up brand loyalty, customer loyalty. People are going to get associated with your brand, and you're also going to be able to pay for the traffic a lot cheaper because a lot of people are going to click on this post here, Fisherman Village Dream House. A lot more people are going to be more willing to click on this article and read this article and check this out versus a product page. And while we are looking for buyers, we obviously want people to buy our products. When you do a strategy like this is what a lot of the larger brands will do, because obviously not everyone on Facebook, if you're doing Facebook ads, is ready to buy at that moment. Now, just because they're not on Facebook with the intent to buy, that doesn't mean that they don't buy things. Everyone buys things. So another way that you can get buyers on your list on Facebook is with stuff like this. So you get people that are interested in the niche, and then you have them as a retargetable audience. You can try and get them on your email list and things like that. So that's strategy number one, is having a viral article rewritten. You could just have any of these viral articles rewritten, whatever one you think would best fit the target audience you have within your niche. And then strategy number two is have a valuable post that mentions your products in it. So that's where this example comes in. So this post would obviously be targeting people that are into dance music, that go to raves and dance shows and things like that. So instead of directly advertising these products here, like the LED shoes and the LED glasses and the LED gloves, you could have a blog post written that's 3 things you need for your next rave. And obviously this post is a skeleton. You wouldn't actually have a post like this. You'd want to at least have maybe 750 to 1,000 words worth of valuable content, and then you can slip your products in there. And the advantage of this, as I said, is you are going to get clicks for a lot cheaper. You're going to be getting your traffic at a smaller cost, because the target buyer in this niche is going to be more likely to click on and read an article for 3 things you need for your next rave versus just an ad for LED shoes. Now, that doesn't mean that they wouldn't be interested in buying the LED shoes, but most of the time when you're on Facebook, you're not on Facebook with the intent to buy something. So this strategy is more of a long-term, long-end strategy, to where you're not just going for impulse buys. You're more so trying to develop your brand to get people associated with your store, give them value, and then also generate some front-end sales by putting your products in the article. And then also, if you couple that with our app right here, you can have products show up in this bar here. So if you're going to use either one of these blog post strategies to generate traffic, it is recommended to also couple that strategy with our app here. And the reason we actually developed this app is because we realize how effective of a strategy using your blog is, and we know that that's what a lot of larger brands do. We know that value first and selling second is what all of the biggest businesses on the planet, that's typically the model that they provide, unless their brand is so big that it essentially markets itself like Coca-Cola. So we created this app as a way to kind of enhance your blog. So obviously, as mentioned earlier, sending people to your blog isn't going to convert as highly as sending people to a product page, but at the same time, you're going to be building a massively huge list that you can hit with retargeting ads. And not only that, if you couple the blog post with the blog sales application here, this is going to raise the amount of sales that you will get by sending people to your blog, because you can kind of stress some urgency here by giving them a coupon code and then adding it straight to cart. So definitely, if you're not using your blog, or if you have an empty blog, or if you don't have a blog page at all, especially if you have a niche store and you're trying to build your brand, you really need to be using your blogs, because you can get a lot of cheap traffic, you can get a larger audience quicker, you can start getting data on your pixel, a lot of even if it's not buyer data, it's at least it's at least data from people in your niche who are willing to click any type of ad on Facebook, so it's good data to have. And then you could also couple this with an email pop-up if you like. So that being said, real quick before I wrap up the video, I'm just going to show you, if you have a sample post right here, I'm going to show you how you would add that product bar onto your blog post. So if you come up here, if you're in a blog post and you're in apps, you would just open up the app, and then you could just type in whatever you want. So if I just go our best sellers, and you can set a countdown timer if you like, so you could have it you could have like set it as like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, so it could use that to stress emergency. And then you can just go here and then add products. So I'm just going to add in this bird necklace, and then I'm just going to save, and then I'm going to come back over here to the post, and I'm going to view the post. And you can see that it shows up right there, and it's that easy to add that in there. And then obviously if you have multiple products, you've seen what it looks like when you have multiple, and it will just auto scroll through all of them. So it's a pretty neat app that couples well with the 2 strategies that we just covered in this video. So if you're interested in trying out the app, I'll have a link to it in an annotation and in the description, or you can just search blog sales in the Shopify app store. It's really easy to use, and also like you can see how the add to cart button is red and the background's white. You can change these colors to whatever you want. There's a couple tutorial videos on the Casual E-commerce site if you go to apps, and then blog sales, you'll see a couple tutorials where you can completely customize the bar to whatever you want. And it also is mobile friendly, so on mobile, instead of being on the side, it'll just show up as a small little box on the bottom. So that being said, I hope these 2 blog strategies have been helpful. Be sure to check out blog sales in the Shopify app store, and I'll see you in the next video.